Hi, I'm Kate.
And I'm Bailey.
And this is Our Book Boyfriends. I did it wrong. I changed it.
That's okay.
Should I do it again?
No.
We're going to keep it.
Okay. I fucked up my own intro.
I mean, how many episodes is this?
Like 15.
21.
This is the first time.
Well, it was originally This Is Our Book Boyfriends, and then we changed it to These Are Our... But I always trip up on it. It's fine. Anyways, today's episode is a little bit of a different pace. I'm really excited for it. Each of us has prepared an Am I the Asshole story, but with a little bookish twist to it.
Yeah.
So each of us have a story. We're going to read it, and then we'll just talk about, like, am I the asshole about it? This was Joe's idea. So he is going to
Start us off.
start us off.
Yeah, I guess. Do you want me to just
We'll
say
read it.
why, or do you want me to read to just go straight to the story?
I mean, you can say why.
Yeah.
Again, just in case.
Okay. So I thought of this idea because got really obsessed with Reddit stories, and by default got Bailey really obsessed with Reddit stories.
Yeah, it's bad.
And so
I have the app now.
Whoa.
me too. Like,
Wow.
the thing is like, I don't really care if it's like a fake story. I like the fact that it's like short snippets of stories.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like quick, easy, like read how somebody's life is crazy.
Yeah.
Makes you feel better.
Love the wedding ones because they're always full of drama or women trying to wear white dresses to weddings.
I don't get that.
Dude, there's one that's crazy.
Or just like, I've gotten obsessed with, there's like a whole subreddit called No Sleep that are like fake horror stories. And I'm obsessed with those. And so
I kind of thought Reddit was a dying website.
I think
it's coming back.
I think it kind of is dying to the original Redditors.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I have recently gotten into this.
Yeah.
But I think originally Reddit was kind of like, Wild West. You could have a subreddit of anything. Mm-hmm. And they've kind of changed that and kind of curated it more and kind of limited the crazy things that you could put on it.
Because I think Discord is kind of like the new Reddit. Like, you can have a Discord about anything and chat about it now.
Yeah, but that's like between you and a group you've decided, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you
not
have to
randos
join.
can find it.
Oh,
And it's a little less anonymous. Like, Reddit's whole idea is like, these are all anonymous people.
Interesting. Yeah, I've like listened to like Am I the Assholes like on like Instagram Reels or something like that.
This is where I saw him first.
Yeah, but I've never like went to go read like Am I the Asshole? So I'm excited.
I
for
downloaded
this.
the app mostly for this to find one.
Okay.
But
Yeah. But there's a bunch of other things. Like, you
Yeah.
can find niche Reddit subreddits for like anything. But it is very trendy. So I think it was a good idea. So,
Okay.
toot your own horn.
yeah,
Yeah, really.
I do all the work around here. So.
Okay.
Okay, a little disclaimer. I'm not the best at reading out loud. So me starting off is probably not the best. But
These are learning.
Just push through. It'll be fine.
so this one I got from Smosh. I heard this in one of their Reddit stories series, and it was the original spur of this idea.
Okay.
And so this is from Am I the Asshole? And the title is, Would I Be the Asshole for Suing My Friend After She Wrote a Book About Me? I, 29 female, have a friend called Maya. Maya and I have been friends for 9 years after meeting at university. Maya went through a lot of mental health issues in her mid-20s, which impacted her career prospects. But a couple of years ago, she found an outlet in writing and now writes and publishes her stories online. They are some of the spicy romance variety. I've never read any of them because they're just not what not my thing, but know she has a lot of regular readers. Recently, Maya shared that she has been contracted by a small publishing company which publishes ebooks who are interested in publishing one of her stories, and she has been sharing online. I was elated for her, as it was a move towards making writing a profession, which is what she really wants to do. About 3 weeks ago, a mutual friend of ours, Amy, contacted me and asked if I had read any of Maya's current stories, as she looked it up online and thought it was some eerie similarities to my life. I looked it up and read a big chunk of it, and it was more than just similarities. It was basically a melodramatic reimagining of my life, specifically about my relationship with my fiance and my complicated relationship with my father. I don't know how relevant this is, but she altered their characters in certain ways and situations to make the plot more toxic.
Okay.
I was devastated and disgusted, to say the least. I met up with Maya and asked how she could do this to me. Her explanation was that she was just inspired by my life and the things I told her, that these ideas just came to her. I kept saying they weren't her ideas, they were dramatizations of my life. She didn't have a single original thought in the whole story. Maya apologized profusely for hurting me, and she was embarrassed by how much she had taken from my life, but she really loved writing the books. I told her I wasn't comfortable with having my private life aired like that. Maya said nothing in the book was identifiable as me, so it wasn't like she'd done anything illegal, and I said, well, we'll see about that. I contacted lawyers, and they said suing her would be largely pointless in terms of stopping the book from being published, but starting legal proceedings might scare a small publishing company enough to drop her as an author. I am seriously consider doing this. Worst case, I can't do anything to stop the book, but going ahead, but have caused a lot of stress and the hurt she's caused me. Caused her a lot of stress and the hurt that she has caused me. Best case, this creepy project never sees the day of light. A couple of my friends are saying I shouldn't sue her because at the end of the day, this is her work and an opportunity for her to make a career for herself and take her and her child, take a career for herself and take care of her child. That was written terribly. After all she's been through. I know this could ruin things for her, and I might be acting out of anger, but I really think this is justified after she betrayed my trust like this. Would I be the asshole if I go ahead and sue her? And there isn't. I'll leave the update.
Oh, I don't think I have those. That's wonderful. I don't necessarily think she'd be the asshole, but I don't think she'd get anything out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder why the author didn't write about their life, because it sounds like she's been through some tumultuous shit too, though.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you write one about you? Maybe she did, though, and this is just the one that caught.
What I'm like the most kind of stuck on is that her friends are like, no, don't sue her. You know, like this is her story. Like she is the one that is putting it all together and everything. And it's like, okay, but if she had wrote it about your life, like,
would you feel the same way?
Would you feel the same way? So I don't know if suing is the right way, but I definitely want to cut.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Like I'm the inspo. All right, 15%. You know, like minimum.
I wonder if it's obviously I don't know the story, and I don't even know if these are real names, but I wonder if it's, you know, she's like...
they're not. They're like...
Yeah. But I was like, I wonder if it's, you know, she said story about me and my fiance. So I wonder if it's like shit the fiance doesn't know and could get her into deep shit.
Yeah, she's like coffee chatting it up, like, oh my god, he never puts the fucking dishes away or whatever, and he's gonna be like,
or she cheated and he doesn't know, or just some shit like that.
Crazy shit. Like, it's not just like my relationship, but it's like my
also,
dirty underwear.
And also, she said the author, like, you know, made it more dramatic for the book and all that. Well, let's say the fiance's reading it. I'm sure he won't, but, you know, let's say the fiance's reading it because he caught wind it's about his fiance's life. And let's say he's like, yeah, this is like our life. And the main character does cheat on the fiance because she made it more dramatic, but that isn't true.
Yeah.
But then he's like, well, she
How do I
wrote
know?
About it. You're
Yeah.
lying to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if just something, it could get her into some shit.
No,
But-
I think I would call the publishing company and be like, it's plagiarism. Like, just call it plagiarism. I don't know, like, the idea of suing does, like, suck because she finally does, like, have a leg up or whatever. Like, she's going to become an author, and not all of the stories she's ever written that has gone her to this point have been about this friend.
Yeah.
But if she's making money off of this specific story about her friend, then the friend should get a cut.
I love how the author was like, yeah, it's about you, dog. You inspired me.
Yeah, she's like, well, I was inspired.
Not playing.
Like, what is that? Like, imitation is the best form of
Flattery, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, babe. Especially, like, talking about Yo Daddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, romance book and whatever. But, like, talking about your issues with Yo Daddy.
I mean, it's a romance. You gotta have it.
Daddy issues.
You gotta have it.
You gotta have it. I don't know. I think no, she wouldn't be the asshole to do it, but I wouldn't sue. I would just ask for a cut. Be like, all right, you're gonna air my shit out. Like, I better get something from it too.
Did she say what she was gonna sue for? Like, what do you even sue for? Like,
like defamation
is the only thing I could think of. You know things. Look at his face. He knows something we don't know.
No, I think it's hilarious the direction you're taking.
Why?
Why?
No, just it's your discussion. Keep discussing why you think that.
No. What do you think she's the asshole for suing?
Well, do you want to know the verdict of what people?
Yeah, because Reddit gives you a.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So like at the top
So it's
of
like
it,
a poll?
it says not the asshole.
Oh,
Like majority of people are saying this.
I didn't get
So a
that.
majority
You'll see it.
think she's the asshole.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
and I agree.
really?
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to know
I don't think she-
how different is it?
That's the question.
Because obviously I can't read it. You're saying she made it dramatic. How dramatic? Obviously she changed the names, all this stuff. And writers are told write what you know, and like that is something she went through.
But the friend, the reason she found out about this is because a third party was
That's
like,
true.
hey, girlie, have you read this? Because it's kind of you. Like,
That's true.
you know?
couldn't
So
have came
it
to me
is
and told me.
discernible. It is discernible. So that is,
Well, to a friend who knows, I guess you're right. Like,
That's
let's
enough.
say her dad,
Especially-
which, you know, God forbid her
especially
dad picks up a smutty romance. but-
Bailey's friends. If all of Bailey's friends knew my shit, because she got 1,005 friends. This motherfucker, she got a whole community behind her. No, if her friends were like, hey, Kate, this is you. I'm going to be like,
The fuck? Yeah.
like, that's a lot of people.
yeah, I guess you could be like, why didn't you come to me first?
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay, wait. I want to hear more. Go ahead.
Okay, so another thing a lot of the comments brought up is there's nothing, according to her post, there's nothing identifiable by name or anything that would be like, this is you. However, everybody has said if you bring this up in a lawsuit, the Barbara Streisand effect, everybody knows it's you.
Oh.
you're going to make it worse.
Because
You're
if it
gonna-
still gets published,
Now they're going to know it's about your life.
Because that's, well,
because there is still
Where-
some sort of anonymity, whatever.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
at this point, like, if she does nothing, she's not ruining her friend's chances at whatever career she's working on. And she's also not pointing out that this is her life in some
'cause
facet.
strangers would not know that's her life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, her friends do, but obviously the friend already knew all about this girl's life, or she wouldn't have known, hey, this is your life. So, yeah, people who know about everything that girl's been through is going to be like, hey, this book's written about you. I do still feel like the author could have been like, yo, I'm writing this about your life because it's pretty dope. And make a great story.
I'm still asking for a cut. Like, I'm gonna get my money.
Yeah. And that way it doesn't even have to go through any legal shit.
Yeah, no, like, all right, do it, whatever, but I want 20% or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think she's the asshole?
Yeah,
You said?
I think
Oh.
she's the asshole.
Okay.
Like, I get being upset for that, breach of trust, basically.
Yeah.
Because, like, no matter what, you're detailing somebody else's life experience, even if you're changing it. Because, like, she even says that it's changed in that she's making the plot more toxic. You know, I can guess based on what she's writing, it's probably more darker in nature. And it's online, so it's definitely probably darker in nature in general. But so I can see where you get upset, but at the same time, like, that's what a creator does of something, or an artist does. They take things that they have experienced and manipulate it in a way to make a story or do whatever art they're working on. So, you know, I feel like it's a very common thing to have characters based on people you know, or have characters based on real life people. Like, that's a very common thing for writers to do. And so being upset that she used part of your life in this fictional story that she's making, I don't know. And I think she's not the asshole of being upset. I think she's the asshole to be like, I'm going to ruin your career chances.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, if you sue her for whatever reason, because a lot of the comments too are like, you're not going to win anything.
Exactly.
Like, there's no grounds to sue her or over anything, because she's not, like, she didn't publish this as saying this is your life.
Yeah.
So if you're suing, basically all you're doing is saying this small publishing company is going to be like, this is too much, we're not going to handle this, you're just cut. Because they can go find somebody else that writes books. There's a million authors
For
out
sure.
there.
Yeah.
So you're basically, what you're doing is ruining this person's life.
You're damning
because you had an interesting storyline.
Yeah.
She
I know,
And
but
you're
what if
butthurt
she
about
ends
it.
up, like, selling millions of copies and, like, goes on a book tour and, like, gets all this fame, and it's like, that wasn't you, though. You know, like, that wasn't your brainchild, actually.
But it is, because, like, you still, as much as people want to think their life is a story, most people's lives are not a story. So she does have to put in some creative effort to link things together and have, like, a plot. Like, just having a toxic relationship isn't a storyline worth reading.
Yeah, there has to be, like,
Yeah.
some sort of creativity. Okay.
What's the update?
It's not really a huge update. It's more of an edit. So, like I said, there's a lot of comments that, like, you're stupid. This is just going to be the Streisand effect.
Okay.
Where, you know, you bring this up and now everybody knows it's you. And it makes it more popular than it would be.
Because you want to read it.
Yeah.
You're enticed by it.
Yeah, I want to read it immediately right now.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So she said, for everyone talking about the Streisand effect, I'm not in the U.S. Court/legal records here are not something you can Google or access easily.
I don't think that changes anything.
Yeah, that's kind of a stupid comment.
He's like, calm down.
Yeah.
They won't know.
Yeah.
That was it?
That being... Oh, no, it keeps
like,
going.
ugh.
Oh, okay.
That being said, I realized Maya could publicize the lawsuit herself to get publicity. And
She's
that
like,
ultimately, I am more concerned about my anonymity and not worth the wit. And it's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
That makes sense because authors are very much like a... So today I got... Not authors, but like influencers or people who are like trying to make it on social media. Is like, here's a story of why I got sued. And
Yeah.
you're instantly like... You know, they'll like get ready with me's or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, you're instantly like, okay. And then, yeah, even just now we were like, ooh, wait, I want to read it, you know.
And then the last thing she said is that she's not going to pursue a lawsuit. Some people have suggested that I reach out to the publisher privately, but I'm looking into doing that. But either way, I won't drag it into court proceedings. I still think she's an asshole. She's angry that she has a life that somebody wrote about. and she wants to ruin that person's life.
So the best thing to do is to lie low and like not make it a big deal, because if she makes it a big deal, then it makes it a big deal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's see if there's any interesting comments. Like I said, the ones that I saw at face value is a lot of like, this is Streisand effect. Like you're just going to bring more attention to something that no one would probably read. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
She's probably going to get a small amount of people to read the book. The lawyers are correct. You probably don't have a case, but the threat of legal action could dissuade a small publisher from going forward. This is, however, a double-edged sword, since the author and publisher could use legal action as free publicity. Also, keep in mind that filing a lawsuit is a matter of public record. A lawsuit can't forever be attached to this book, and since Googling you would probably bring up this lawsuit, it will basically link you to the book. Let's see. You would be the asshole. I wouldn't sue over this unless unless she used your name. The fact that she used your life as inspiration for fictional stories is fine, and you've been told that you don't have a case. I understand why you don't like it. What you are considering is called a bad faith claim, where you sue in an attempt to harass, punish, or hurt somebody. Just let it go.
Yeah, because that would be her intention, is like a get back at you type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not an asshole for being mad. Don't waste your time and, more importantly, your money on a lawsuit. You can tell her that if she publishes the book, then she loses a friend. Also make it clear that you will tell any shared friends that she will steal their lives for their stories and profit off them. The lawyers are half right. Suing would be pointless. I think they know the pointless lawsuit won't stop her publisher, though, and the lawyers just want a paycheck. Streisand effect. Somebody saying you're not the asshole. I really don't get the bumhole votes here. It's not her story to tell. Your other friend clearly saw that the book was about you, so it's not like Maya has hidden it all that well. Chances are that others will too. What a major asshole to expose your friends, expose their life story, vulnerabilities, and secrets. She knows what she was doing by not telling you in the first place. I don't know if it's the best idea to sue her, but this person thinks they're an asshole.
Yeah. I was probably the only one. Just kidding.
A lot of people under that didn't really have much to say other than, I wonder what's actually in the book.
I was like, I bet the sleuths find it.
Yeah.
Or ask for permission. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's my story.
Nice.
Sorry for the terrible reading.
It's okay.
We're probably going to have bumps in the road, too.
For real. My turn. Okay. Mine isn't romance related, but it's book related.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Also from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole because I don't want to throw away my books because my boyfriend doesn't like them and getting angry when he tried to get rid of them? Thought you farted.
That's crazy.
Instantly, no. Okay. I, 29 female, am a huge nerd and bookworm, so my book collection is rather impressive. My boyfriend of 3 years, David, probably a fake name, I hope, is a 32-year-old male, and him and I have just moved in together, and it proves to be more challenging than I originally thought it would be. As mentioned above, my book collection is rather large, but he never mentioned anything about it, and the books will be in my office anyway, because I work from home. However, there seems to be a slight issue he has, and then in parentheses she put always had, that he only now mentioned. I was raised trilingual, and I learned English later in life as well. So technically, I speak 4 languages, with English being my weakest, so apologies for any mistakes. Because of that, my book collection is rather diverse, including books in all 4 languages. Pop off.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
crazy.
Like, wow, what a
Crazy.
flex.
Okay, flex on all.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She said trilingual and English is my fourth. Okay.
She said, if I can, I prefer to read the book in a language it was originally written in.
Yeah.
And only reach for translations if I don't speak the language. This has never been a problem, and David never mentioned anything about this until now. He was helping me unpack the books, and I had noticed that he put all the non-English books in a separate pile. I asked him about that, and he said we didn't need them and to throw them away.
Oh.
I said that you never throw books away. You donate them instead, but I didn't plan on getting rid of any of my books.
Yeah.
He argued that it was pointless to keep books not in English as they only take up space and they're only for show and no one but me even reads them. Divorce. I told him they're my books.
Yeah.
I could consider downsizing my collection if it was a space issue, but since we have the space and they're in my office, I'm not getting rid of them. He got really annoyed, so I told him that I didn't need his help anymore. Yesterday, I went for a coffee with a friend, and when I got back home, I found my bookshelves to be mostly empty with some candles and figurines placed where my books used to be. I asked David where my books were, and he told me it was a surprise. Bro, catch his hands. And I came back home too early. His mother came over to help him get rid of all my useless, in parentheses, books. They bagged them up, put it in his car, and he was about to take them. It says to the skip. Is that the dumpster? I don't know. To the garbage place. Yeah, I was absolutely furious, and he told me I could always replace them with books in English. Oh.
So he's
I grabbed all my books and went to my office. I installed a lock to my office door so he can't throw them away, but I am so very confused about all this. To top this off, his sister called me, one of them screaming her head off because I'm an inconsiderate C word, and to get off my high horse and to stop pretending I'm better than everyone else. Am I the asshole here? Am I really wrong about not wanting to get rid of my books?
No, he's insecure as fuck.
Actually, ma'am, you are better than everyone else because you can read 4 languages.
No, that's what it is. He is insecure as fuck.
He's racist.
And he's racist.
Like he's like,
I want to go back. I missed the detail. Are they together, or is this a roommate situation?
no, they've been dating for 3 years, and this is them moving in together. And when they're moving in, and she's like decorating her bookshelves, he's putting them in a pile and trying to throw them away because he's like, you don't need them now.
You don't need
These
them.
are the stories I'm like, where are the red flags before this?
Yeah.
You don't just move in and are just like...
Yeah, and if English isn't her first language and he's like, only keep the English books, racist.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Not even her first language can she keep her own collection of books in. That's crazy. No, honey, you are not the asshole. Get rid of that asshole.
Yeah.
What?
Move out.
Move
You have to put
out.
a lock on your door.
You have to put a lock on your door because you don't trust your significant other with your personal possessions. Fuck out of
Like,
here.
honestly, you'd catch me in prison because you'd be assaulted hard. You'd be assaulted with my bag of books. Like, let's go.
Yeah, that's crazy. And his family was on his side.
What are you talking about,
An
lady?
inconsiderate C word? Are
What?
you kidding? I'm heated.
I would
is
just be
crazy.
baffled. I'd be like, where am I? I fell through a hole. I'm in a different world. Like,
Yeah.
this is not happening. Throw them in the garbage can?
Books? I know. That's actually criminal no matter what. That detail.
I could never.
In and of itself, that's criminal. There's so many libraries out there. There's so many donation centers. Come on. Throw them away.
Yeah.
He's like, no one wants these. They're not in English. What?
It's also just like, are you that like
Little?
ignorant to not realize there's books in other languages?
Also,
like,
how'd you not notice this 3 years ago?
Yeah.
That he's
Exactly.
ignorant. Yeah.
Like, how do you not know there's, they publish books in other languages because not everybody speaks English?
Yeah, no, you're right. And what you said earlier is like, okay, where are the other red flags? Because there had to be more, especially if
Yeah.
this is racism here. Like,
Yeah.
this is, end of story, like, this is racism. So, like, there's no way that she wouldn't have experienced that in other forms or fashions. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to know what the 4 languages are, for one.
So this one comment specifically says, remember that abusers often use big milestones like moving in, getting married, or pregnancy to escalate abuse. This is just the first step of many he will take in asserting control over you.
That's
Get
exactly
out
what
now
it is.
before it gets really bad.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why, like, the no red flags. He was like biding his time,
I guess
getting
that
her
makes sense.
trapped.
Locking it down. Yeah.
3 years though.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Honestly, that's just like, I know that this is going to sound weird, but that's just like so much energy to do that to somebody. Like, I'm going to lock down this person and then like slowly just manipulate the situation until like I'm in control. Like, that's just so much work.
Weren't you just ringing the bell over there?
She wants you to do that.
She's like, I thought she was literally just over there.
I assume everybody said that she's not the asshole.
Yeah.
There's a lot of red flag emojis, break up and run.
Yeah, there's not a single person on there who's like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way that anyone could stand on that.
No, like I have yet to see a you're the asshole because the fuck. Yeah.
Did it, like, just, and the family was involved.
That's what's crazy. The mom was like, "Oh, here, son, I'll come help you." Like,
And then the sister screaming
Yeah.
at her.
I thought inconsiderate, but like, well,
How?
one, hi, pot, my name's Kettle, but
Literally.
also if it's in her personal office and they have these established spaces, then like, what is inconsiderate? That he can't read it? He can't open it himself.
Joe's not
and
going to
it?
read my romance books.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
it-
obviously we forced him to do a few, but like of his own accord, he's not going to pick them up.
No, but he's
and-
not going to have you throw them away because they're not beneficial to him.
I know.
Oh my God, I'm flabbergasted.
I know.
That was a good one.
I found some others that were pretty good, but this one I was just so like
Floored.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
This one says I would dump a guy for dog airing a page. Like which same, honest to God, don't fucking do that. When people there's someone once that like borrowed my books, like, do you dog air? I said, fucking dog air that book, and I swear to God I will kill you.
I don't get it.
I said, buy your own copy if that's what you want
I'll
to do.
use
Don't do it to mine.
receipts, like post-it notes. Like I'll look around and be like, "Oh, that works." And
I've now started giving people books with a bookmark. I'm like, here you go. Don't fucking bin the pages.
that is so smart.
Here's a bookmark. No excuses. There was never an excuse to begin with, but now
Now-
you literally have none.
Now there's literally none.
Oh my gosh. This one says throwing, that same one, I'd break up for dog airing pages. Throwing away a book? What the fuck, girl? We're going to pull your bookworm card if you stay with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of he's racist.
Yeah.
He's just intimidated that you speak more than one language.
Yes. Insecure motherfucker.
And it says they're your books. Who else would be reading them?
Honestly,
Like, exactly.
Like, if
They're
this
mine,
was,
bitch. Yeah, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
if this was my situation, that would be the first thing I point out to people. Like, how smart is my like significant other? Like, look at all these books that
Look at
she
this
can
bitch.
read.
She's shining.
You want to see her collection? Come on, you want to see her
That
collection.
would be the
you know?
first thing I would
Yeah,
do.
that's like a point of pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Not a singular you're the asshole because the fuck.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling police on a neighbor after she keyed my car because of books I write? I'm a single woman in my early 30s, making my living writing and self-publishing adult fiction. By adult fiction, I mean adult fiction, with majority of the plot being steamy. I don't typically tell people what I write, but I do tell them I write books for a living under a pen name. And if you're questioning my writing abilities, I have an editor to correct my mistakes. I am not hiding it per se, but I'm not telling anyone I meet what I do for a living, and none of my neighbors knew, only a bunch of friends. I live in a house alone. Pretty much all of my neighbors are either young families or retired couples. My next door neighbor is a young couple. We've been polite to each other, but haven't been close or anything. Lately, the husband, let's call him Roger, became very friendly towards me when I tried to ignore, but he's been getting too flirty for my liking, and I started avoiding him. They had a barbecue over the bank holiday weekend, and I was taking rubbish out to my bin. Roger looked at me, waved hi, and whispered something to his friend, and they both watched me very carefully, which was incredibly creepy. On my way through my garden, I saw Roger's wife, Delilah, leaving the house with her friends, and they both looked at me with disgust and whispered something to each other. It was weird, and I hurried back inside. The next morning, I found some religious leaflets put through my letterbox. They were just printed on normal printer paper and were warning about lustful behavior leading to hell, etc. Threw them away, but kept finding similar leaflets put through my letterbox for the next week. Since I am working from home, I decided to see who's leaving those leaflets, and to my surprise, it was Delilah. I decided to confront her and asked to stop putting religious leaflets through my door. Despite my being polite, she was not happy. She told me that I should rethink my life because what I write is disgusting. It's pretty vanilla. And she found her husband reading it at night, and you can imagine doing what? Gross. She kept going on and on about how I'm going to burn in hell, how I have no morals, etc. Well, I told her to stay away from me and discuss this with her husband and closed the door in her face. Don't know who, but someone told them what I do for a living. A day later, I found the word slut painted on my door. A few days later, I caught her keying my car. She was almost done with the word whore.
Damn.
Well, I called the police on her, and since I installed cameras after the slut incident, she is being taken to court over keying my car.
Slay.
I talked to my other neighbor. She asked about the police. She asked about the police about it. And she told me that I went overboard, saying that Delilah was clearly insecure, but she's a lovely woman and a great mother, and I should have talked to her instead of calling the police and given her a chance to change her behavior. Am I the asshole for calling the police and not giving Delilah a chance?
No. The fuck? You did give her a chance. You had a conversation with her, and she said, not good enough. Didn't like the answer. Also, that's fucking hilarious. The husband was flirting with her. Because he was reading her shit.
Yeah.
How do you know it was hers?
Someone told them. That's all that it says, is that someone had told them what she was doing for a living. But the part where it's like, she found her husband reading it at night, and you can imagine doing what? I was like, that's crazy. Like, your neighbor.
I mean, it sucks it was the neighbor's book. But,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he watches porn like all the rest of them and do that. Like, it's literally not really different. But it sucks it was the neighbor.
It sucks that it was the neighbor.
It's also hilarious she said her books are vanilla.
Yeah, she said, it's pretty vanilla. Yeah, no, it's a resounding not the asshole.
Yeah. Like the slut thing is one thing, but the keying the car is fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, you could even get her arrested for the slut thing, but the car one is bad.
No, what I'm reading behind the context of what's being told is that marriage is falling apart.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
She's insecure, just like the last guy.
Yeah, very insecure.
He's reaching out, hoping, and then
he's like,
and she's like falling apart because he's like trying to move on, basically.
Yeah, and the
she's
neighbor
a lovely
being like,
woman and mother.
The neighbor.
She did something illegal. I'm so sorry. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
That's her fault.
One of the comments is that you should have told the neighbor that a lovely woman and a great mother doesn't do crap like this. Only a crappy, self-absorbed, on a high horse person does. Also, she had been asked to stop. Harassing someone is never okay and teaches poor values to her children, aka she is a bad mother for teaching poor values. And someone commented on that comment, and it was like, thank you so much for pointing this out. Raja and Delilah are modeling these values for their children, aka that sex workers are less than human and up for grabs.
And it's okay to do whatever the fuck you want.
And that women are to blame for men sexually harassing them, that you should stay with your partner who, like, degrades you instead of scapegoat a random bystander for the shitty behavior. And obviously that vandalizing your neighbor's property with slurs is like a normal, acceptable thing to do.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, she's not a lovely person that's a good mother. She's like modeling awful,
poor behavior,
poor decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny question though is, how would you feel, like, let's say one of you two wrote romance books. Oh God. Would you reading their sex scenes? How would you feel about that? That'd be weird.
Like you reading it?
Yeah.
Or
like if I read it, or just like reading somebody else's that you personally know sex scenes.
I mean, it's fucking weird. I would ask you to not. Maybe. But
can we I gotta reframe the question. So like,
you write romance novels with sex scenes.
Oh, okay. And Joe's reading them.
Yeah.
Would you be upset?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that is weird.
I think if you're not typically like a romance reader.
That's true.
Yeah. But if you're like a romance reader and you're like friends, like, and you're supporting my book, like you bought it and you're reading it, like, to support.
You can buy it and not read it.
Yeah. But you can also...
He can support you without reading it.
He can support me without reading it. You're so right. But this is like a neighbor.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
And he's obviously thinking...
Don't jack off to it, I guess.
Extremely dirty thoughts and flirting with her. So
Yeah, that is the creepy part where it's like, you know,
The flirting is
the
weird.
flirting because, and then like he was like joking with the other neighbor, male neighbor, about
yeah,
her.
so like they were snickering together about it. Like, so they were making it a thing.
Yeah.
He was making it a thing between his friends, and she was making it a thing between her friends because she's like, that dirty hoe over there writes romance. My gosh. Yeah, somebody's got to.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to think.
Somebody's
People
got
like us
to
reading.
Yeah. What
We
what,
read 'em.
What would I have? Somebody got to write it.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. But definitely not the asshole. I'm very interested to know if that girl got like.
Yeah, I
Like-
kind of wish that there was like, there's over 1,000 comments on it. But yeah, I kind of wish that she had like come back and been like, okay, this is
what
like
happened.
what happened.
They're
But
divorced now. No, I was kidding.
They're divorced now.
Yikes.
We should have found some with updates. Those are the best.
Yeah.
When you read
Yeah.
a crazy story and then it's like, update, crazy shit happened.
This one here I has an update.
There isn't a single lovely woman on this planet who slut shames other women. And why don't religious people understand that not everyone has to follow their religion? Oh.
Oh, I mean,
Ooh.
yeah. Also, you should be mad at your husband. Period.
You should be mad at your husband, period. That's an internal conflict. It has
Yes.
nothing to do with your neighbor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing to do with your neighbor.
It's just
'cause
very unfortunate that
he was
going to
read someone else's shit and do
Yeah.
the same thing he's doing. So, yeah, you did talk to Delilah. You did give her a chance. She fucked up, and she fucked up the game by keying your car. I mean, yeah, I'd be moving.
Yeah, destruction of property would get me pretty pissed.
Yeah, like
Especially-
the leaflets is one thing. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, the
Please
leaflets
stop.
are like,
But like, that's so opposite of like the whole purpose of the religious leaflet. And then you're gonna write on their door. You're gonna vandalize their door after pushing your religion on them. Like, that's crazy.
yeah, the leaflet thing, it's like, okay, yeah, that's annoying. People do that, whatever.
Yeah, it's normal.
But like the actual vandalizing of property because of your internal like marital conflicts is like, yeah, I would be doing the same thing. I'd be like, oh, I'm calling the cops. Like, I
Yeah.
see you keying my car. That's thousands of dollars of damage.
Yeah.
Painting
Yeah.
a car is not cheap.
Yeah. Someone says, yeah, so much for love thy neighbor.
Oh, yeah, I love how it's like giving the religious leaflets, like, you should be religious. This is how we treat people like you. We key
Yeah.
your car. Like, it's yikes.
Yeah.
I love how I think all of our stories have been not United States.
Yeah, definitely, because she said rubbish.
Ben,
Took into the bin.
yours says not US, and mine said the skip. The fuck is that?
Yeah, I have
don't know
no idea what the
skip
skip is.
It's definitely not the U.S. though.
Never heard it.
Never heard it.
But yeah, mine never said an actual place though. It just said,
It just
Which
said not
make-
the US.
which still doesn't make. Well, I don't know.
What?
Because like their comment was like it's not the U.S. so like you can't easily look up like.
They're
Yeah,
not
lawsuit.
their
public
court
record.
records or whatever.
But,
Maybe places do it different. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, even like in the U.S. it's kind of hard to do. It's not like something, unless it's like really popular
Yeah.
lawsuit. It's not something that's easily Googleable. You have to do a little digging.
Digging. Yeah, someone has to know about it, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. A lot of people are just saying, like, you did talk to her. She continued. That's on her. This
Yeah.
person says, not the asshole. Fuck Delilah. That's all
Yeah.
they said. Yeah. And then fuck the neighbor making excuses for her atrocities. Yeah. No, everyone is on the same page. That's crazy.
You want me to do another one, or do you want to draw? How long we been here?
Probably around 35 minutes because we did pause. So
That's true.
You can do
One
another
more?
one.
Okay. This is pretty short, I think.
Okay.
Says, am I the asshole for not reading my stepdaughter's favorite book? Says, my stepdaughter and I don't have much in common, but I've worked hard to cultivate a good relationship with her. We even all went to a family therapy leading up to and following the wedding so we could make sure we were all on the same page. One thing that came up was my stepdaughter mentioned we don't have much to talk about. The therapist recommended learning about each other's interests. My stepdaughter asked me if I'd like to read her favorite book, and I said that sounded like a good idea. She loaned me one of her copies. She has 3 to read.
Oh, so this is like a personality
Her
trait.
life-changing event. It's been a few months, but
It's not a phase, Mom.
It's not a phase, Mom.
But it's been a few months, but I have made very little progress on this book. And to be honest, mostly have given up. It's so boring. Even when I force myself to read it, I find myself not retaining anything because my mind wanders. I tried to cheat by watching a movie adaptation, which I also didn't enjoy at all. But there's so much stuff missing that she realized I hadn't read the book. Now she's upset and doesn't really want to talk to me. My husband said he gets it, but I should just try to force myself to read it or watch the more accurate adaptation, which is 6 hours long. So it's Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not.
It has to be.
You watched Keira Knightley and it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My mother-in-law is furious with me and said I'm a beep and nasty person for disappointing her granddaughter like this. I didn't do it on purpose. It's just hard to read stuff written with antiquated language about a boring topic. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
I know. I want to say yes too, but I mean, I get it. Like, Pride and Prejudice is not an easy fucking read, and it's not short.
Yeah.
Like, that bitch is thick.
Yeah, but how old is this girl again?
It doesn't say.
I'm imagining like a 12.
Same. I don't know why.
I don't know why, but I imagine a 12-year-old. And in family therapy, you said you were going to read her favorite book. You said
you'd read it.
Like, even if it's not interesting, like, you have to follow through with your promise, especially because she's reaching for you too. Like, this is a reach from
This is a moment where you're going to have a relationship or not.
This is the moment. You need to read that fucking book. Get over yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking. It's not about the book. It's about what you want to define your relationship as with this step family.
Yeah.
And you could even finish it and be like, that wasn't for me. I didn't love it. And I think the daughter would probably still even be like, okay.
Thanks for trying.
You read it.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Hilarious that she's like, I'm going to try to watch the longer adaptation now. Also, she said your favorite movie was boring. She didn't enjoy it at all.
Did it say Pride and Prejudice, or is that?
It's obvious.
Okay, it's not obvious to me.
I'm just kidding.
No, she's using that. But you know what? Bailey sat through that movie with me, regardless if she thought it was boring as fuck.
I mean, I've seen it too a long time ago.
Sat through that movie with me.
The only reason I think it's Pride and Prejudice is she said I watched the movie adaptation, which I didn't enjoy. And then the husband said watch the longer, more accurate adaptation, which I'm assuming is the BBC 6-hour long one because it's like 3 2-hour, I'm assuming. I don't know. It's like, maybe it's 6 1-hour episodes. It's like a mini series situation that BBC did. And then it says antiquated language. So that's the only reason I'm
definitely thinking like a
Prejudice.
Jane Austen type vibe, for sure.
Just with the adaptation, the 2 different adaptions, it makes me think it's Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah. No, I was imagining Pride and Prejudice when she had 3 copies too, because there's an unlimited amount
Editions.
of like republished, So I was also thinking like Pride and Prejudice, or like The Hobbit, maybe, because there's multiple movie adaptations of The Hobbit.
Not The Hobbit.
Yeah, there's an animated version from like the.
I guess that's true, but like, I don't think that's something you would pick up as like,
your hyperfixation book.
No. What I'm saying is like, I don't think you would pick up the animated version of like either The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings
As your
like,
first to go to.
As your first go-to.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, watching the movies, you can get a general idea of feeling things in. But
Yeah.
It's also not 6 hours. It's like 1,000 hours.
She's definitely the asshole though.
For sure.
Read the book. Get the audiobook, babe. Like,
That's what I was thinking, like, get the audiobook. I mean, hopefully you can get through that, but there's an update.
oh.
Says we're going to watch the miniseries together, me, her, and my husband. Also, she loaned me a different book she likes that's shorter, and she thinks I'll like more because I like animals, and we'll talk about that. I realized worrying about whether or not I was an asshole was silly. All that matters is mending my relationship with my stepdaughter.
That's what's weird about step families.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets, well, it's like there's an age, I feel like as a kid, there's an age where it's like weird when the step parent comes in to be like a parent. Mm-hmm. But at a young age, like you're also stepping in as a parent. So like, it's weird to be like that whole situation, if that makes sense. Like,
I mean, like I'm assuming I'm not a parent, but you have to make sacrifices. Yeah, it's a boring book, but this is what you wanted. You're a mother figure now, and you got to do some shit you might not want to do. Mm-hmm. Because that's part of parenting.
Yep.
Unfortunately for her. Yep. Because she doesn't want to watch 6 hours of Pride and Prejudice with Colin Firth. But now she has to. Mm-hmm. Because.
Yeah.
I mean, at least she's trying, I guess.
Yeah.
She's at least trying the miniseries.
And she's going to try another book.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So this daughter's chiller than me.
Yeah.
For sure. She's like, okay, let's try this. So I'm wondering if she's a little bit older than 12. 14,
Maybe.
15.
Yeah.
I don't know. But let's see. The majority of Reddit said you're the asshole.
Yeah, I just think it's like that's like a very selfless thing that you can do that is more than just like understanding the book, but it's like making an effort. That's what it is. It's making an effort. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This one says, you're the asshole. You told her that you would do something. You didn't do it. What question are you even asking us?
No, you made a promise.
What are you even asking?
Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is.
You lied.
You made a promise.
If you promise a kid you're doing something, you have to do
Unfortunately.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or else they will hold it against you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one also says, because they quoted the, like, you tried to cheat by watching the movie adaptation and she caught you. She's like, not only did you not read the book, but you lied to her and pretend that you did. Mm-hmm. And then you got caught. So you've now lied to her twice. Mm-hmm. Oh, this one says, how old is your stepdaughter? And how long is the book?
Yeah, those are good details.
But I don't know if... Oh.
It'll say OP.
It's not the person. Oh, she's 14.
Okay.
Google says the word count is a little over 120,000 words. That is whack. Someone commented, it's literally just Pride and Prejudice. That's a weekend read. I disagree. Calm down. But that's hilarious.
And someone else is like, oh, it's PNP.
Okay, someone said 120,000 words. That's not even a big novel. It's only about 250 pages. I don't know.
Me neither.
People are crazy. It says most novels these days are at least 300 pages. I can read one of those in 3 to 5 hours.
Jesus.
Are they actually reading it?
Right, I mean, some people can read fucking fast.
Yeah, but...
yeah, but it's the whole whether you're retaining. Like,
That's
I
true.
can read fast, but
Yeah.
I'm not retaining anything.
Yeah. Like, the words can be, like, acknowledged in my brain, but that doesn't mean that they're making sentences.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people think it's Pride and Prejudice.
That's hilarious.
And that you shouldn't have lied.
Shouldn't have lied.
Yeah.
You failed. You didn't keep your promise. To a 14-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
What is interesting, the family drama of the grandma.
How dare you lie to my granddaughter? Mothers be crazy.
I mean, honestly, yeah. And it's also like...
Mothers be thinking they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah. That is funny, though.
Throwing away your books. Coming at you sideways. Like, damn.
Getting your sister to call you a C word.
Literally.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's about it.
That was fun.
These people are crazy. It says Pride and Prejudice is a classic and short, easy read. I feel like it's long. Is it not?
I mean, it's not as long as Emma.
Never read it, obviously.
Obviously. You want to draw?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to pick our next couple of reads by picking what we will not be reading. Mm-hmm. Bailey and I both came up with 5 books that we will or won't be reading. I did it 5 minutes before we started filming. Okay.
Go first.
In January, we will not be reading People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. That would have been a good one.
I know, because it's becoming a movie soon. They're filming it.
They're actively filming it?
You've not seen it? There's been like pictures of them.
Who is it? Who's
a famous guy?
Ooh. Oh, okay.
No way.
It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Tom Blythe? Is that his name?
You're
Yes.
kidding.
He's the guy.
Oh.
The girl's also famous, but right now it's not coming to me. Maybe it's Daisy Edgar Jones, but I could be wrong as well. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong.
She would be very good in that role, I think.
I think I'm wrong.
Are you gonna look it up?
I think I'm wrong. Yeah.
Used to, I was able to do this, but you guys made me record myself, so now I can't look anything up.
Well, get another laptop, Joe. Google! Professional Googler?
I'm sure I can figure it out, but I'm just afraid if I exit out of the camera, it'll just stop because that's happened.
Emily Bader?
Let me look.
Hang on. We're getting there.
Yeah, I've never seen her in anything. Is she? Where's she from?
I'm looking. I'm trying.
Sorry, I'm impatient.
IMDb. Yeah, that's right.
Is she from Outlander or something? No, what is that?
My Lady Jane.
Oh, okay. Oh,
She was in A Paranormal Activity, apparently charmed for a smidgen there. 5 episodes.
Interesting.
Were
Were you right about the guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
The new Charmed or the old Charmed?
Old, I think. I actually did not pay attention, so you might be right.
She's probably the new Charmed
Probably
because she's young.
She is very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Blythe.
He will be beautiful in that role.
Mm-hmm.
He will be beautiful in that role.
But yeah, I've seen like videos of them being seen in like New Orleans filming at Cafe Du Monde.
Cool.
So it's happening. I thought that'd be fun to do before the movie, but whatever.
Maybe we still can.
That's true. Just not in January. I don't know when
Yeah.
the movie's coming out. Oh, that's unfortunate. We will not be reading Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, which is what I put in there as well. So that's cute. Sad. I just bought that book and I really wanted to read it.
I just saw it on your shelf.
Also, I read the back before
Yeah?
you do that. I chose it because there's a pregnancy trope in it, and I've never read that.
We've never done pregnancy tropes.
So I really wanted to do it.
Yeah, we should definitely do a pregnancy trope.
We'll
Decide if we
end up
like it
doing
or
all
not.
these one day.
Yeah,
but
really.
not
Like, well, this is
January.
actually just all of next year.
Yeah.
It's just the order.
Little preview.
Okay, we will not be doing Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood.
Oh, that was yours. Okay.
Yeah, that was one of mine.
Sad. That's
Yeah.
a good one. You haven't read it, right?
No, and I want to.
I really liked that one.
Yeah.
Okay, we will not be reading Mother of God. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang.
I've been meaning to get to that one too.
That was my first romance book that I read, really, I think.
Wow.
Like contemporary romance.
What
Got
was
me up in this
mine?
jazz.
I think mine was The Love Hypothesis, and I read it in one day.
Yeah.
I stayed up till like 4 a.m. reading that shit.
Yeah, I think this was my first one that I read, so it
And I used to think I wasn't a
special to
romance
me.
girly.
my first dirty scene
Same.
was in this book.
Well, actually, I read some young adult books that probably shouldn't have been young adult books when I was younger, but they were not explicit. But for me and my like brain at the time, I was like, oh my god! I
Yeah.
was like, I can't like.
You said you were
like-
that way with Beach Read the first time, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh my God.
I was like, oh my god, this is like
What's happening?
explicit.
I think
Yeah.
the very first scene I remember is the John Green looking for Alaska one. That was the
Remember
first
that.
like explicit
Maybe that was
scene.
my first, but I
Was
don't
it
remember
explicit?
I mean, it wasn't explicit. It's
Is
still
it the toothpaste thing?
no. It's the
Okay.
blowjob.
Yeah, but she like didn't she do it on like a tube of toothpaste to show him?
Yeah, Alaska showed it
Yeah.
to the girl because they.
We're like trying to learn how to do it or
It
whatever.
was the funniest scene I have ever read.
Have you read it?
Have you read?
I
Looking
felt
for-
like I read it a long time ago.
Well, spoilers, I guess. Even though the book's been out forever.
Yeah, it's not a new book, so I don't feel bad.
2014.
Yeah.
So the main character, I don't remember his name, is dating some girl within this like school, and they are starting to like.
Wait, I
be
never
sexually-
finished that one.
Be kind of sexually active. They're just like making her or whatever, and then she's like, "I want to do, go downstairs for you."
Jesus Christ.
But she doesn't know how, so she just like puts it in her mouth, and then they just
Sit there.
Oh, poor
And
girl.
like, you know, he's an awkward teen, so he doesn't want to be like, hey, you got to do something. But she's also an awkward teen that doesn't know what to do.
Oh, no.
So they go. It is the funniest. I was laughing out loud. Like, it's written in a way that's just like so hilarious. And like, I was laughing so hard through the scene. And eventually, like, they go to somebody that then demonstrates what you're supposed to do. But
That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
That is awful. No, I don't think I finished that book, actually. I think I remember starting it and being like, I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I went through a hardcore John Green phase. I
Yes,
love
we know.
John Green.
What?
Has
he talked about
He's
it?
talked about it multiple times.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I liked Turtles All the Way Down. I just read
I
that.
never read that one.
It's really good. It's a movie now, too. They adapted it to a movie, but it's one of his newer ones. If not, maybe his newest one.
I think it is the new. Well, other than his, like, I think he has some nonfiction.
Yeah.
But.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. We will not be reading The Spanish Love Deception. That was one of mine.
How sad.
I don't even remember what else I put in here, so.
Oh my God. We will not be reading Archer's Voice.
Yeah, I put that one in. I've seen it like all over the place,
Yeah.
but I don't even know what it's about.
I heard it's good. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's about either.
Yeah, I've only heard that it's good. Okay, we will. Okay, I just need to check the count. We will not be
Your next one
reading
will be Will.
The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest.
Yeah, someone I work with just recently read it, and she said it was super, super good.
Oh, okay. We'll not be reading that. Okay.
One more not.
One more not.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Me too.
We will not be reading Divine Rivals.
Damn it. I was hoping we would. I was really hoping we would, actually.
close.
I was so close. Damn it. That one I've actually been really looking forward to. Because it's got a little bit of like magic in it
Yeah,
too.
a little
And we
fantasy.
haven't done anything like fantasy on the podcast yet. Do you know which one?
I know one of mine. It's literally one of mine and one of yours, I think.
That's so great.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4 mine. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
one
one
of
of our
each.
books
Thank
will
God.
be Mile High by Liz Tom Ford.
Yes.
Okay.
It's on Kindle Unlimited. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a series. I've heard really great. Several people have recommended it to me.
Okay.
So, there we go.
I know what mine is.
Oh no. You said I know.
I know.
We will be reading. I'm scared. Flawless.
An Elsie Silver. I'm actually really excited.
Our little Western situation.
Yeah.
We've never.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be great.
Hope so.
I've seen so many good things about the
about
entire
Elsie.
series. I've seen so many good things.
Same.
Okay, Mile High and
Flawless. Never read from either of those.
I know. Yay, those are good. Those are good ones. Alrighty, so
Hey.
those are our January books. Go ahead.
Which one do you want to do
check
first? So we didn't really pick that right now.
You want to do the Elsie Silver first?
That's fine. So
Okay.
first we'll read Flawless
And then
at some point.
Mile
And then- Mile High.
oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay.
Next time we're gonna be doing our wrap up. 2024 wrap up,
That's crazy. This is our second wrap up on the podcast too, isn't it?
and we're gonna do our goals for the next year.
And I'm going to be humbled yet again.
We have to make goals.
Yeah, they're
We'll
going to be so
obviously
small.
go over our goals from last year, but then we'll make a new one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next time's our wrap up. I think that'll be our last video of the year.
I think that's the way it pans out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for watching, listening, and following us on Instagram at Our Book Boyfriends. As always, we'd love to hear your recs, and thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.